to the 290 Mo podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could, introduce yourself and my viewers and listeners.
Yo, I go by the name of Young Tez. You can find me on Instagram at The Real Young Tez and on Twitter at Young Tez. YouTube, Young Tez. Everywhere Young Tez. Super easy to find.
Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate you coming through, man. Welcome to the show. So, I like to get to know the guests, man. Let the viewers and the fans get to know you, man. So, just some basic information, nothing too crazy, man. Where you from? Where you grew up?
I'm from Chicago. I moved out of the inner city when I was young, and we moved all over the place, and we landed up in Bellwood.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived there majority of my life until later on I ended up moving to Atlanta, then coming back to Chicago, and then moving to Cali.
So how was your childhood, like, growing up? How was it? Was it a pretty normal childhood? Well, let me ask you this. Yeah. Growing up, what was your aspirations growing up? Was it hooper, doctor, lawyer?
Like
sports.
Everything. I played everything. Baseball, wrestled, basketball, football, everything. That's what it was. Sports. And I mean, back in the day.
You was good. What was your best sport? Or you was Dion? You was good at everything. Like, he was like, I was just telling you one.
I mean, everything low key, but I like for other people to say like, oh yeah, he legit, because everybody gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm the best.
For sure.
Yeah, I played football in college. I had got a little scholarship to play.
What was that experience like? What college was it?
Morehouse.
What was that experience like?
It was cool until I got kicked off the team.
Damn. Was you on your way? How far was you taking it? Was it?
I mean, I was serious about it, but also started like getting serious about music at the same time. And our coach had transferred in from Alabama or something like that. Some Alabama school, Alabama A&M or something. And I think I was a city boy. So it kind of clashed, and I mean, he ain't really rock with me.
Okay, so was that the reason you got kicked off the team, or was
it
was
something that happened, like something petty, and I didn't agree with what he was saying, and I like stood up to him basically. And after that, you could just see things changing. At the end of the season, he like, yo, I'm gonna pull your scholarship.
What position was you playing?
Receiver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then it's a long story with that, but I had got into it. Was so much I was going through. That whole thing, I ended up getting back on the team, and then he did it again, like on some slick. It was a lot. It's a whole lot.
Okay, so during all this time, what role is music playing in your life? Starting from your childhood to through high school and through college,
I just listened to music. I wasn't thinking about being a rapper. What was you listening to? I listened to 50, DMX, the whole Rough Rider, like everything. Jewels, the whole Dipset, Cash Money. Back when they was the Hot Boys and Juvie and Turk.
I like them after the Hot Boys. That's just my personal preference.
Yeah, I mean, I did too, but I grew up like, you know what I'm saying, listening to all of that. And then, of course, when Rick Ross and DJ Khaled and all them started falling in, I was listening to them, Trick Daddy, like all of them.
Okay.
I didn't really get too much into Jay-Z until later on, but I listened to Nas. Okay. I used to listen to Nas too.
That's definitely a dope lineup. So, would you listening to all these MCs? At what point did you like, oh, now I'm finna do that? You know what I'm saying?
High school, when Wayne was dropping the mixtapes. That's what happened. Wayne was
dropping
mixtapes.
Do you remember the exact instant? Was it just I just heard it Dedication 2, so I'm finna write Dedication 3 type shit, or
one of my homies had put me on his mixtapes, and we used to listen to it all the time on the way to games, like, and like from that point, we used to freestyle in the car. He was older than me, so and he was from out west too. So we'd just be riding around bumping nothing but Wayne, and he started freestyling. He like, yo, try it out, and eventually I started doing it. Then before school in the lunchroom, we all freestyling, and I started getting good. And then people was like, hey, you should really try to like make a song. So I made like 3 songs, and then after that was it.
All right. So I want to talk about I do remember that transition though when Wayne started dropping the mixtapes, because I used to be wanting to be like, man, because I didn't like the South sound, like the hot boy shit. I just ain't like the sound, so I never gave it a chance. I just didn't like the way it sounded to my ears. But I'll never forget, I bought the dedication 2 on the red line from CD Man. Oh, shorty. I'm old, y'all. I bought a dedication 2 on the red line. I play that CD. I probably listened to that CD for a year straight. You know what I'm saying?
Ever he changed the game.
Yeah, for sure.
He definitely changed the game.
He was going crazy, man. So I want to talk about them first 3 songs, man. What was them subject matter like, man? What was you talking about, man?
It wasn't about nothing. Whatever I heard in songs, I was repeating the same thing. Like people talking about cars.
Saying, was it some trap music? Was it a dance song? Was it a radio song?
I like redid that. It was Game and 50. Game and 50.
Hate It or Love It. How We Do.
This is how we do. Yeah, I redid that song, and it was 2 other songs. I don't remember the other 2, but it was just basically like trying to give out punchlines. It didn't matter what I was talking about, just punchlines. I was talking about Lamborghinis and Bentleys and girls and jury money.
Just putting that shit
being
together.
Flashy, just making it sound good though.
Okay. All right, man. So you got these 3 songs. What you do with them? Did you put them on Facebook? Did you?
I put them on
pass
CDs.
Them on CDs, pass them around.
Pass them around.
To who, just friends? Was you mailing them to Def Jam? Like what was your mindset at this point?
I really ain't know too much on how to do something like that, so I just put them all on CDs and I was just giving them to people, like my friends. I was even at church handing out CDs.
Okay,
like everywhere.
And still speaking on your mindset, was you doing this to just so everybody else can listen to you? You was like trying to so somebody can hear you and get famous. What was your goal when you was like, all right, you already recorded 3 songs, but that's the next step to be like, nah, I'm finna make some CDs and pass the bitches out. That's hella confidence too.
Yeah.
Shorty. So just talk to me about that mindset.
My mindset was really, I don't know exactly like if I was trying to be famous. It was just that I liked what I was hearing from like artists that I was listening to, and it was like, man, I could do the same thing, and then people was liking it, so it's like, let me like put this on some CDs so people can listen to it. And then the more feedback I got gave me more confidence to be like, oh, I could, let me try to go further and further. And I heard about like giving CDs out to like label executives and mailing stuff in, but I always felt like it's 1 million of those getting sent a day. What's the chances of mine getting heard? Like I just felt like they was gonna throw it to the side, like, oh, here go another 50,000, like, nah, next. So I ain't really think that process was like legit. I ain't never heard nobody doing that and like something happening from it. I ain't never seen nobody like, so I just didn't think it was a real thing.
Yeah, before the social media era, you know what I'm saying, I seen a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like looking up addresses to places when people names.
I looked up some addresses, but I was like,
now you just dropping them motherfucking DM and shit. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody with a blue check, just spam they shit, man. Hope they open that shit, but that's what's up, man. So